Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Bitcoin is starting to retest this crucial level on the price chart, as we're now seeing the price of Bitcoin repeat history in the short term, which is something that we need to pay attention to. So yes, I'm still currently in my Bitcoin trading strategy, which is already starting to make a bunch of easy money right now, and in just a moment I'll be sharing exactly how I'm planning to make a lot of quick and easy profits in the crypto market from the next Bitcoin move about to happen very soon, while the price of Ethereum is now continuing the bounce from this crucial area of support in the short term, while the price of Solana is continuing to play out this short-term bullish divergence. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the weekly Bitcoin price chart, and the super trend indicator is still sitting in the green, indicating a larger bull market. But on this weekly Bitcoin price chart, technically we still have that bearish divergence to watch out for, which is still technically confirmed, which is ultimately telling us that over the next few weeks or months, expect basically a lack in bullish momentum. So not necessarily a bear market, but most likely at best a sideways consolidation, or potentially a bit more of a pullback within the next few weeks or months as a very likely scenario. But once again, this is not a short-term signal telling us what we should be expecting today or tomorrow. But if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin price chart, obviously, at least for now, we're still seeing very similar price action on the daily time frame as to what we saw near the end of 2024 entering into early this year. And so obviously this is still suggesting that we could see a continued pullback in the price of Bitcoin within the next few weeks or so. Once again, not a short-term signal, not today or tomorrow, but over the next couple of weeks, technically still looking more bearish than bullish. But that would potentially invalidate and start flipping a bit more bullish again if we see a confirmed breakout in the price of Bitcoin, with at least daily candle closes confirming back above this line on the price chart, which is sitting at now approximately 110,000. And so obviously, as of recording this video and over the last half a week or so, we've been trading below this line of support, and we've now seen multiple daily candle closes below this line of support and also below these previous lows in the price of Bitcoin. So technically speaking, as it currently stands for the price of Bitcoin, we are still seeing bearish price structure, as we have broken below a very important level on the price chart and technically forming lower lows, which is bearish price structure. And the last time we saw something similar to this was around late February this year, and what came next was a larger pullback in the price of Bitcoin over the next few weeks, over the next 1 month, give or take. But what we also saw back then was actually a retest of that previous line of support, flipping it into new resistance. And at that moment right there, the price of Bitcoin failed to break out back above the line, which basically secured the bearish price action, secured the price structure pointing in the bearish direction. And so obviously this retest of this previous line of support will be a very important signal to watch out for in the coming days, because if we fail to get back above this line of support as we are testing that line, and if we actually flip it into new resistance and reject from around 110k, give or take, or anything under 110k, if we reject from that area on the price chart and see another pullback after that, ultimately that's still playing out very similar price action to what we saw late February entering into early March, which ultimately is pointing towards a further pullback in the price over the next few weeks. But once again, the point where that would potentially change and start to invalidate the bearish scenario and actually start flipping much more bullish again on the daily time frame would be if we confirm at least a daily candle close above 110,000 and actually hold above that level in the following days after breaking out above that level. Because obviously that is not what we saw last time. We did not break out back above that important line of support. We rejected from the line of support, securing more bearish price action. So once again, this is really a make or break moment for the price of Bitcoin to decide what we should be expecting for the next multiple weeks, if not over the next 1 month or so. And now keep in mind, no matter what happens here on this daily Bitcoin price chart, we still have that bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. So what this means, tying it all together, is if we reject from this line of support right here in the coming days, and if we fail to get back above 110k, in that situation, once again, just expect more of a pullback within the next few weeks is a very likely scenario. But if we break out back above that level, considering we still have the bearish divergence on the weekly time frame, it's likely that yes, in the short term, we'll see a bit more of a bullish relief like this, but maybe still remaining range bound in a much larger sideways price range like this, basically consolidating sideways, not necessarily smashing into new all-time highs. And so ultimately, those are the key levels and the key signals to watch out for in the coming days, as the price is now potentially about to test this crucial level on the price chart. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin price chart, obviously right now the price of Bitcoin is continuing to play out the bullish divergence that I've already been talking about over the last few days. Once again, if you've been watching my last few videos over the last few days, you should have been expecting either a slight bullish relief or just some choppy sideways price action as the most common outcomes, very likely outcomes from a bullish divergence. And so obviously this is still perfectly playing out as predicted for the last few days, and considering it's still technically active, it could likely continue to play out in the short term, potentially up until we start testing this crucial line on the price chart at close to 110k. So it is possible that in the coming hours or in the coming days, we start testing around 109k, 110k, and then once again around that area on the price chart, we could likely find a decent amount of resistance. But if the price of Bitcoin actually confirms a breakout back above 110k, it's possible that in the short term then, here on the 4-hour time frame, we could be repeating history, playing out a similar bullish divergence to what we saw back here near the end of September. And already it's looking quite similar. As we could see, the first few days were relatively flat, mostly sideways price action, and then we started a bit more of a bullish move just a few days after confirming the bullish divergence. But either way, whether you think this chart's going to repeat with this bullish divergence or ultimately this chart's going to repeat with the larger pullback in the coming weeks, either way, what I expect in the immediate short term for the next day or so is this bullish divergence to continue to play out in the form of just a slight bullish relief like this, or maybe a bit of sideways price action as well. That sort of price action right there is the most common price action from a bullish divergence. But that's only really talking about the next 1 or 2 days, just the short term. Once again, if we're looking at this daily time frame, unless we break out back above 110k with confirmation and hold above that level, technically speaking, as of right now, we are still currently looking more bearish than we are bullish when we're talking about what we should be expecting over the next multiple weeks. But the good news is, if you've been watching this channel, it doesn't matter what the price of Bitcoin does at this line right here, we can make a bunch of easy money no matter what the price does. And how we can actually do that is by following my trading strategy, which is already making money right now, no matter what the price of Bitcoin does. And so, for example, if the price of Bitcoin continues this pump right here and breaks out above this line, that trading strategy right here will make a bunch of easy money in the crypto market. Or if we see a rejection and then a further pullback in the coming weeks, and then maybe a larger bounce at some point later on, repeating similar price action to what we saw around March, April, entering into May this year, if we see something like that, it would also make a bunch of easy money. And in case you missed my last few videos over the last few days, basically how this trading strategy actually works is it's an automated grid bot trading strategy, which basically means it's fully automated. So it's essentially passive profits right here rolling in. And how it actually works is it has a grid of buy orders and sell orders. As you can see right here on the price chart on my Pinex account, it has a bunch of buy orders to the downside, a bunch of sell orders towards the upside. So if we see a further dump, it'll just buy more Bitcoin as we go lower. But then because it's an automated trading strategy, as it hits each of these buy orders, it also places new sell orders lower and lower just above the price of Bitcoin, so that the moment we see a decent bounce, it would already start to take profits from that lower bought Bitcoin at the lower prices. And considering that this trading strategy already holds Bitcoin, the moment you open the trading bot, it buys a little bit of Bitcoin so that it can actually place the sell orders here. Considering that fact, if we just pump right now without seeing any further pullback here, without triggering more of these buy orders, if we just pump right now and break out above this important line of resistance right here, it would also make profits in the market. And so rather than trying to guess whether or not Bitcoin will actually break out above this line of support or previous support and acting as new resistance, rather than just guessing if we're going to break out or if we're going to reject, of course, you could wait for confirmation and then enter a trade. You can use that strategy, or you could simply use my current trading strategy right now, fully automated, very easy, very passive, and makes profits basically no matter what the price does. And the best thing about this trading strategy is that you can copy the trading strategy with the single click of a button by using the second link below the video in the description or in the pinned comment. The second link below the video will take you to this page right here, where you can literally click a single button, copy the bot to copy my current trading strategy, this current trading grid bot. And once again, you can see that I've already been running this over the last couple of days, as I've been sharing over the last couple of days in my last 2 videos or so, I've been sharing this trading strategy. It's already making easy profits right now and will likely continue to make easy profits moving forward with this coming Bitcoin move. But unfortunately, you need to actually make a Pinex account using the link below the video in order to copy this trading strategy. If you don't have a Pinex account, or if you made a Pinex account using some other link, unfortunately, you cannot copy this trading bot. It just won't work if you click the copy button here. So you have to actually make a Pinex account using the link below the video, the second or first link below the video, to actually copy this trading strategy if you want to. And in fact, the first link below the video will take you to this Pinex sign up page where you can also claim a bunch of trading and deposit bonuses, etc., just by simply making an account. So for example, if you make an account, complete KYC, you get a 50 USDT bonus just by making an account using that link below the video, completed KYC. And in case you're wondering, yes, you could also trade on Pinex without KYC as well. You just won't get that 50 USDT bonus. And on top of that, there's also deposit bonuses. For example, if you deposit just $100, you get a $100 bonus. Or if you deposit 10,000, you get a 1,000 USDT bonus into your Pinex account. Basically a bunch of free money from the exchange just by simply making an account, making a deposit using the link below the video. But once again, if you don't use that link below the video, you can't claim any of these bonuses here. And also, if you don't use the link below the video, you can't copy this trading bot that I'm currently using myself. And so that's basically an update on my trading strategy. Not a lot has changed over the last 1 day, still making easy profits and will likely continue to make easy profits moving forward. And if we're taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we can see that right now we have 2 major levels of liquidity to watch out for. First of all, around 116,000 and also at around 126,000. And so it's possible that these could be kind of acting as magnets for the price of Bitcoin, pulling Bitcoin towards these major areas of liquidity. That's usually what ends up happening. Usually when we have massive liquidity, especially if it's relatively close to the price kind of just gets drawn towards those areas. But obviously keep in mind that between the current price and these levels of liquidity towards the upside, we have this major level to watch out for at roughly 110k, which could likely act as resistance. And so once again, in the coming days, this will really be a make or break moment for the price of Bitcoin. And if you're more of a manual trader, if you don't like the trading bots, if you want to just place a short position or a long position, obviously I'll be waiting for confirmation here. We're still potentially in the test phase or just about to enter the test phase, not yet confirming a rejection or confirming a breakout. But after we actually see the confirmed results of this test that is potentially coming up soon, so either a confirmed, for example, candle closes in the red in the price of Bitcoin after rejecting from that line, or confirmed candle closes above the line and holding above that line in the following days. Once we see one of those outcomes, then that basically triggers the next trading opportunity if you're more of a manual trader. So obviously you would first wait for confirmation and then take a trade. And so as always, not financial advice, but if, for example, we confirm candle closes back above 110k and hold above that level, in that situation, that would be a signal to then open a long position after we first confirm a breakout. But if we never see that confirmation, obviously we never open the long position to begin with. And if on the other hand we actually reject from that line in the coming days, then that could be confirmation to open a short position. Once again, not financial advice, but I'd first wait for confirmation. And if you want to follow a trading strategy like that using longs or shorts, personally I take a lot of those sort of trades over on 2bit, so I'll also make sure to leave a link to 2bit below the video. And if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here where you can also claim massive bonuses over on 2bit. For example, up to 10,000 USDT in trial fund bonuses and 8,000 USDT in actual withdrawable stablecoins just by making an account, making deposit, making trades over on 2bit using the link below the video. And on top of that, without making any deposits or any trades, you can get a free $30 sign up bonus and 1 month free VIP 3 upgrade. So basically very cheap trading fees and basically free money from the exchange just by simply making an account using that link below the video, the third link below the video to 2bit. And in case you're wondering, 2bit is also a no KYC exchange. But with that being said, taking a look at Ethereum on this 3-day time frame, and right now the price of ETH is just holding on to this important area of support here, sitting in between around 3.9k to 4.1k. And so that latest 3-day candle close that confirmed over the last 1 day confirmed pretty much right on 3.9k, which means we've not yet actually confirmed the break below this area, which is obviously good news, at least for now for Ethereum. We're still holding this as support. And if we're taking a look at the daily time frame, frame, technically speaking, we still have an active bullish divergence here, which has not yet been invalidated. And so this means that it's quite likely that in the coming days, in the somewhat shorter term, expect either a slight bullish relief or potentially a bit of choppy sideways price action as the most common outcomes, the most likely outcomes from a bullish divergence. And if we're zooming into the shorter term again, taking a look at that 8-hour time frame, once again, we have this bullish divergence technically playing out, and we're also perfectly bouncing from this area of support, still sitting in between around 37.20 to 37.60. And it's because, at least for now, we are bouncing from that area of support, there's the possibility that we're forming a double bottom or W pattern in the price of ETH, but that will only officially confirm as a double bottom and setting up a bullish price target if only we see a breakout above this area right here, sitting in between around 42.50 to 42.70 approximately, acting as strong resistance. And even before we can hit that area of resistance, test that area of resistance, we also have this area which could likely act as a bit of resistance in the short term, in between roughly 40.60 to 4.1k. And overall, expect similar price action for Ethereum as what I said for Bitcoin, which means in the coming day or so, just in the short term, expect a bit more of a bullish relief as a very likely outcome. But then as we get closer towards testing this line right here, it's possible the price could start to struggle around that line for the price of Bitcoin, which can also flow over to Ethereum and a lot of altcoins. And if we're taking a look at the price of Solana on the 2-day time frame, right now the price of Solana is also now testing a crucial area on the price chart, sitting in between around 190 to 200. And previously this was significant resistance and also previous significant support, and currently is acting as a bit of short-term resistance, once again in between 190 to 200. And if the price can actually break out back above 200 and hold above that area, in that situation the next short-term resistance is at roughly 210 give or take, and above that we have major resistance at around 230. And as for support, I would expect a lot of support really in between around 170 to 175. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, taking a look at the 8-hour time frame, once again we can see this point of resistance here at roughly $209 to $210 give or take. And we also have a possible double bottom or W pattern, but once again, like I said earlier, that would only officially confirm if we see a confirmed breakout above this high right here, which then would set up a bullish price target. But right now obviously that has not yet happened. But what has happened is a confirmed bullish divergence, as I talked about in my last video just yesterday. We have a confirmed bullish divergence for Solana, but it's not a typical bullish divergence because we don't have a lower low confirmed in the price in the candle closes while seeing higher lows in the RSI. But what we do have is, of course, the higher low confirmed in place in the RSI here on the 8-hour Solana price chart, while confirming horizontal lows, not lower lows, but horizontal lows in the price. But that's still technically a form of a bullish divergence because the price in the RSI is still technically diverging, at least to some degree, with horizontal lows in the price and higher lows in the RSI. So once again, that is technically a bullish divergence, but it's basically a weaker form of a bullish divergence compared to a typical bullish divergence where we have lower lows in the price in the candle closes and higher lows in the RSI. And so as I said in my last video just yesterday, I said it's extremely likely we're either going to see just a very slight bullish relief or potentially a bit of choppy sideways price action. It's a very likely outcome, and over the last one day that's continued as predicted, and this will likely continue moving forward, considering, at least for now, we've not confirmed any invalidation signal to invalidate the bullish divergence. And especially considering that Bitcoin is continuing to play out this bullish divergence, of course, that's helping a lot of the altcoin market in the short term as well. And so ultimately, that's what I continue to expect moving forward. Basically, the same sort of price action we've seen over the last 1 to 2 days will likely continue at least over the next one day, maybe a little bit longer, maybe the next few days, but at least the next one day. That's what I expect for Solana. And if we're taking a look at the price of XRP on the weekly time frame, we're still technically playing out this massive bearish divergence that I warned about many months ago now, since almost the exact all-time high. Every day since then, I've been warning about a much larger pullback coming over the next few months. You can even watch my videos that I posted back then around late July, early August. And so once again, that's still playing out as expected. But if we're taking a look at the daily XRP price chart, what we now have confirmed on the daily time frame is a new bullish divergence, now with one confirmation signal confirming the higher low in place in the daily XRP RSI. And so once again, we now have confirmed lower lows in the price in the candle closes and higher lows confirmed in the RSI, which is technically a bullish divergence, meaning it's very likely that just in the short term for the coming days, maybe over the next week, that sort of time frame, expect either a slight bullish relief like this or potentially just a bit of choppy sideways price action. So basically a break or a relief from all of the bearish price action in the shorter term is very likely. And as of recording this video, the price of XRP is getting extremely close to breaking back out above this area on the price chart in between around $2.30 to $2.40. So as of recording the video, the price of XRP is pretty much right on $2.40, getting close to confirming a breakout here. And if we confirm the breakout back above $2.40 and hold above that area in that situation, of course, the next price target, the next major point of resistance to watch out for is in between $2.60 to $2.70. And so if we can soon get back above around $2.40, expect as a very likely scenario over the next 1 or 2 weeks, a bit more of a bullish relief, not necessarily a massive recovery towards the highs, but a bit more of a bullish relief towards $2.60 will be very likely if, of course, we can first break out above this $2.40 level and hold above that level. But do not be fooled if we continue to see a bit more of a bullish relief in the shorter term over the next few days or over the next week. Don't be fooled. Technically speaking, we're still within a bearish trend on the daily time frame, forming lower highs and lower lows. But of course, during the bearish trend, we can see decent short-term recoveries or decent short-term bounces, bullish reliefs along the way towards the downside, very similar to Chainlink. If we're taking a look at the daily Chainlink price chart, technically we're still within this bearish trend, bearish price structure, forming lower highs and lower lows. But of course, during the bearish trend, we can see short-term bullish reliefs, short-term bounces from points of support and things like that along the way towards the downside. And just like XRP on this daily time frame, Chainlink on the daily time frame has also now technically confirmed a bullish divergence with one confirmation signal confirming the higher low in the RSI. So once again, we now have lower lows in the price in the candle closes and higher lows confirmed in the daily Chainlink RSI, which once again is a bullish divergence, telling us we're very likely going to see either a slight bullish relief or potentially a bit of choppy sideways price action. So a break or a relief from all of the bearish price action over the next week or so is a very likely scenario. And so ultimately, that's what I expect right now in the somewhat shorter term for the price of Chainlink. But once again, as I just said earlier, do not be fooled by short-term bullish movements. Technically, we're still within a larger bearish trend, at least as of right now. That is simply the current situation. And in terms of support and resistance levels to watch out for, we have a lot of support in between 1520 to 1570. We have a bit of resistance, which we are testing right now at around 1730 to 1750, give or take. And if we break out back above 1750 in the coming days, in that situation, expect to move up towards around $19.50 to $20 as the next major area of resistance. And remember, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, like what I'm doing right now, check out the links below the video to those exchanges if you want to claim the massive bonuses that are only available using those links. And once again, if you want to copy this trading strategy of mine, use the second link below the video, which will take you to this copy trade page right here. And if you want to actually know how you can take these trades for yourself, or long positions or short positions, any of that, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.